allow me to start with this trivia. 700 years ago, a set of farmers in the Scandinavia discovered a very interesting way of differentiating their cattle livestock from other farmers. What they did was, they burnt the skin of their cattle with a particular symbol. And this was the first known form of branding known to mankind ever. In fact, the word brand literally means to burn in a North German language. And as we know the word today, branding, 700 years hence. It may also be of interest to you to know the oldest known brand to the human race. What's interesting is that this brand has been in continuous usage. You know how many years? 3,000 years. What's more interesting is that this is an Indian brand. Unless you've already guessed it, the brand's name is Chyawanprash. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake, this is not a product name. This is a brand name. It was invented, or rather innovated, in 1100 before Christ, BC, by Ashwini brothers. They were the Raj Vaidya, the royal doctors of the Ayurveda period. And that's when they invented it, and as we know it today, it is officially recognized as the oldest continuously used brand known to mankind. So ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to Asia Brand Conclave 2015. This is a brainchild of a leading conglomerate, VWP World Brands, a team that comprises insightful thinkers and passionate doers. And now I'd like to call upon stage my friend, managing editor, very dynamic, of VWP World Brands, Mr. Partho Sarathy Lahiri, on the stage, please.
A very good evening. So it's about time for Asia, Brand Asia, to announce, to declare, move over world. India has the right, and Asia has a right too. IT and ITs are the staple, as a lot of global brands, a lot of global organizations setting up their manufacturing and remote processing centers here. Cheap labor, hard-working mindset, immense talent, and of course, a burning desire to succeed is making this part of the world sleepless. This brings us to India. India is probably the biggest market in this part of the world, with immense buying power. People have the money and they're spending it, and they're spending it in abundance. We have the manufacturing hub for most luxury fashion brands. IT and ITs are booming. Medical tourism has been on the upswing. Even a lot of visual effect work from the Hollywood blockbusters are being designed in our shores. Commendable, isn't it? So the collective chorus of this region sounds something like this. You can love us, you can hate us, but you can't ignore us. Sincerely yours, Asia. However, not all the heroes and the brands are appreciated every night. And this is where we come in. One of the few brand evaluation companies in the world, VWP World Brands, where merit prevails over everything else. Admired Brands of Asia and Admired Brands of India are a small initiative towards that direction. This platform has been specifically designed and conceptualized to celebrate the spirit of Brand Asia, particularly Southeastern Asian countries, UAE, and India. So without wasting any further time, ladies and gentlemen, let's join hands to celebrate the spirit of Brand India, Brand Asia, and some phenomenal leadership behind it tonight. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome our guest of honor, Sri Ram Jethmalani ji, who's here with us. With a big applause, sir, we thank you for coming over and we welcome you here at Asia Brand Conclave.
I wish the world was a world of sport. Sport ultimately means fun, laughter, excitement. These are three qualities which really make life worth living. But is it the real state of the world? It is not. Today, instead of laughter, you find hatred. Instead of peace, you find terrorism. And instead of public service, you find corruption and greediness. Now, all these are things which the corporate world has to take care of. But what bothers me today more than anything else, that the corporate world really needs some kind of Darwinism in the practice of your business operations. I am one of those who believes that there should be the Adam Smith's free market. There should be the invisible hand of the free market rather than the visible hand of the politician and the corrupt people who rule us. So my friends, I think you should apply your mind in this VWP of yours. I am very happy to be here with you, and thank you so much.
I would now like to call upon stage Mr. Sandeep Marwa, Chairman and Managing Director, Marwa Film Studio.
Thank you so much. Good evening, my Honorable Sir Jethmalani Sahab, distinguished guest, awardees. Well, I have not seen God, that's for sure. And when I checked with my parents, they said even they have not seen God. When I checked up with my grandparents, they said, oh, even we haven't seen God yet. And then I came to the conclusion that who's God? God, G-O-D, which means a hidden power, an energy which can generate, which can operate, and which can destroy. The best part is that Almighty, that hidden power, has given all those energies to every human being possible on earth, and He has given us a wonderful opportunity to use all that power to create, to be innovative, to be called, to do some discoveries, to do some inventions. And I'm very happy that today I'm sharing this wonderful movement with all those important people who have at least attained the first stage of being called God. You have done it. My heartiest congratulations to all those awardees today. Let me take this wonderful opportunity to extend my heartiest congratulations to all of you who are going to get your awards for the wonderful work, what you have contributed towards your own industry or towards social activities or towards actually creating a brand for yourself. Thank you very much.
So here we begin with the awards, Admired Leaders of Asia Awards. The first award is for a personality who's regarded as the pioneer of radial technology in India. He's a renowned leader in Indian tire industry. The first award goes to Dr. Raghupati Singhania. Move on, next one, a leader extraordinaire with a great eye for spotting emerging fashion and trends, creating a surge for shoe manufacturing in India. On the stage, please welcome Mr. Adesh Gupta, CEO, Liberty Shoes. The next recipient is a leader who changed the face of express delivery not only in India but worldwide. Please welcome Mr. Subhashish Chakravarti, CMD, DTDC Courier and Cargo. The next recipient is a champion of market conditions and consumer psyche. Please welcome on the stage Mr. Gautam Bali, Managing Director, Vestige Marketing. Our next awardee is a veteran in pharmaceutical industry with over 40 years of experience. Ladies and gentlemen, on the stage, we welcome the next admired leader of Asia, Mr. Arun Kumar Khanna, Managing Director and CEO, MCure UTH Healthcare. Our next recipient for Admired Leader of Asia is the man credited for setting the Mumbai skyline, Mr. Niranjan Hiranandani, Managing Director and Co-founder, Hiranandani Developers from Mumbai. You're welcome on the stage. The next one goes back to the same place. Co-founder and Managing Director, Hiranandani Developers, a technical and architectural genius behind Hiranandani Developers, Mr. Surendra Hiranandani. You're welcome on the stage, please, sir. A Padma Shri awardee and leader of the third biggest two-wheeler manufacturing company in India, Mr. Venu Srinivasan, Chairman and Managing Director, TVS Motors. Welcome on the stage, please. This award is for Mr. Rana Kapoor, who's the Managing Director and CEO of Yes Bank, and the award for being a visionary and banking and business leader. We move on to our next category of awards, and this is for Admired Leaders of India awards. Our next recipient for Admired Leaders of India is a dynamic personality, India's most charismatic speaker, as they say, and vibrant entrepreneur, Mr. Karan Chanana, CMD Amira Foods. Next awardee, a young leader known for her philanthropy as well as business acumen, on the stage with a lot of pride. We welcome Ms. Roshni Nadar Malhotra, Executive Director and CEO, HCL. The next is a man with a mission to usher quality education. We welcome on stage from lovely professional university, Mr. Ashok Mittal, Chancellor of LPU. Okay, our next awardee, a cosmetologist par excellence. She's responsible for building global brands like Color Bar, Skin Formula 9, etc. in India. Ms. Dolly Kumar, founder and director, GAIA. On the stage, please. His strength is innovation, a very well-known builder in West of India. Mr. Moti Punjabi, Chairman, Rama Group. You're welcome on the stage. He constantly strives for perfection, and that shows in all his products. On stage, please welcome Mr. Amit Gupta, Filex Systems. Our next admired leader of India is responsible for strategically getting into joint venture to create a strong base for brand V-John. Of course, we know the brand with Shah Rukh Khan as well. On the stage, Mr. Bhupinder Singh Kochar, Chairman, V-John Group. A visionary, a dreamer, and a doer. Mr. Vivek Agarwal is the next recipient of Admired Leader of India Award, Managing Director, Crimson Club. You're welcome on the stage. Our next recipient represents the new generation of Indian entrepreneurs. On the stage, we welcome Mr. Rakesh Grover, Chairman and Managing Director, Grover Sons Group. Congratulations. The next awardee is a first-generation entrepreneur and a respected name in air conditioning. Mr. Amarjeet Singh, CEO, Intech Group, on the stage. Friends, good evening. Welcome to this panel discussion. This is on Asian brands and global challenges. Now, before I set the discussion open, few interesting facts, as I'm so fond of. We all know Asia is the largest continent. Asia is also house to 60% of human race. About 4.1 billion people reside in Asia. Asia is the biggest economy in terms of purchasing power parity. And something more interesting, out of the 10 tallest buildings in the world, 9 are in Asia. Of the 10 biggest shopping malls in the world, all 10 are in Asia, right? But there are certain challenges, there are certain threats, there are certain weaknesses. So let's put the house open. Let's start with Ms. Anika Agarwal.
I think when we look at Asian brands, we should sort of switch that concept off and say that it's not about Asian brands, but today Asian consumers are also global consumers. So today it's becoming far more of a one world, and people who are far more evolved, who have the use of technology at their disposal to make up their mind about things. And I think that's the construct that we should sort of start the conversation with. I think the other piece that we need to look at is just not a brand, but what is an Asian country sort of standing for. Today, if you look at China, from where they were a couple of years ago, where I would not touch a Chinese product and say it's fake, to some of the few Chinese brands which are doing so well globally and in Asia as well.
I think by and large, I would say the challenges, I think we started this seminar on a very nice note, and I think the three major challenges which still remains are to establish the brand value, establish the market connectedness, and of course innovation. I think these are the three driving forces which would really form the basis of brand building right across Asia.
I think probably from my perspective, which is one of international media, the principal challenge is retaining trust, and from my perspective, the most intrinsic element to a brand is the service that you deliver, and the trust that the audience or the consumers place in your brand. Once that is questioned or jeopardized, then your brand equity is severely challenged, and certainly in the media industry, that's extremely important these days.
Okay, Mr. Pankaj.
Yeah, I would like to touch upon this point of purchase power parity that you shared. Very interestingly, this is a concept which is making Asia very powerful, and it used to be the biggest USP some 200-300 years back also, when it was like China and India were contributing almost to 2/3 of the world's export, and in fact India was called Sone ki Chidiya. And today the situation is that we are getting back on track again. But what is required is to have a global perspective, to have something where what Oliver said about building the trust around the brand, to create imagery. That is the most important thing, to create your imagery in such a way that you go to any part of the world, the same image is there, like the way that you have a single bottle of cold drink, which is Coke or Pepsi. So that's something which is a vision that our leaders need to be globalizing it, to invest something in the R&D, to ensure that our brand stands the same all over the world.
I have this tiny 2-letter word that I'm a little fixated upon. It's the word in, as in made in India or made in China or made in Bhutan or Burma even. I think that's the wrong phrase to use in terms of figuring out what the challenge in front of a brand, regardless of country of origin, is concerned. Because I think what you're merely relegating it to is just the country of origin when you say made in India or made in China or made in wherever. As an example, if you think about it, Tommy Hilfiger is made in Tirupur, and we jokingly say TH stands for Tirupur Hosiery and not necessarily Tommy Hilfiger, right? But it's not the made in India, it is made in India. That's bringing the imagery and the pride and the brand value to that brand. But actually, if you replace that word in with another word, by, that's where the source of pride comes from. So it's made by America, right? And perhaps that's the core that maybe we want to pursue. And I think there's a lot of other variables that have been brought to the table, obviously. But more than trust even, maybe there's a certain pride that we need to inculcate in what we create as a brand that might actually make the world sit up and say, that's what I want.
I think thank you so much. It was a wonderful session on Asian Brands Global Challenges.